How's it going, guys? Today I'm going to be showing you how to make face melting bass lines by Overmono. Today we're going to be looking at their track Blind Date. This is what it sounds like. Great, so already in the project I've got the drums, which have basically just been ripped from the original track. This is what they sound like. As you can hear, there's a few different elements that are already in there, so like a background vocal and also some sort of like flangey sort of effects. But the focus of today's video is to look at how the bass line's made. It's made up of two layers. The first one sounds like this. And the second one sounds like this. Both of these sounds are from my preset pack, UK Garage Volume 4. You can get that from the link in the description. The pack has over 65 of the sickest presets for making insane UK Garage, just like Bicep, Ross and Friends, and Overmono. Get it now while it's still on sale. The pack can also be bought in the Ultimate Bundle, and this basically means that you get all the packs, but for a much cheaper price. So definitely check that out as well. It's probably the best thing you can buy if you want to produce sick UK Garage and Speed Garage. Great, let's start with the bass. Great, so open up Serum, initiate preset, then go to oscillator A and keep it as it is. So this is a saw wave. We then pitch it down by 2 octaves. Oscillator B, pitch that down by 2 as well. Sounds like this. We then want to detune about minus 26 and about plus 18. Then go to the sub, pitch it down by 2 octaves. As you can hear, when that note gets really deep, it's really nice and thick. So what we then can do is add this filter. So if we turn this filter on, make sure A, B, noise and sub are all selected. And let's put it to an NG low 24. You can also add a bit of fat and drive. Don't overdo it on the drive. If we get this macro, we can add it to the filter cutoff. Let's rename that filter. I mean, this is pretty much the whole patch. You can also go to the effects, maybe add some distortion, make it even fatter, maybe a bit hyper, make it wider. Of course, a bit of compression maybe, multi-band. All these sort of options are obviously up to you. It depends how you want to sort of sculpt the sound. But once you've got this sort of main detuned saw waves, so A and B, then you can sort of make the sound however you want and tweak it. Obviously in the preset for my pack, I've spent a bit more time tweaking in the different elements. But yeah, pretty much from this, you can make it your own. The next element is this pad. So I actually made this pad probably about 4 years ago on my track Honey. Yeah, so this is the track. As you can hear, the pad in there is basically the same as this, but it's just different notes. Great, so let's show you how to make this pad from scratch. It's going to be difficult to get it 100% like the one from my preset pack, but we're going to get it as close as possible. I mean, the reason for this is there's quite a few elements that I've obviously spent a long time tweaking, but I'm going to show you the bread and butter, and let's try and get it as close as we can. Great, so if we duplicate this, and then let's go to Serum, initiate preset, it's going to sound like this. We then want to go to oscillator A, basic shapes, and select a square. If we go to oscillator B, we want to go to analog, PMW, DS, and then select a sort of square sort of shape. It's going to sound like this. Awful, I know. So the trick with this pad is it's actually only a one note pad. So if we have a look at the notes, it's D, G, A sharp, down to C. So there's no actual chords being played. It's just a single legato note. So what we've got to do is actually make a chord with the synth itself. So if we pitch it down by 1, and in oscillator B, we pitch it up by 7 semitones. Let's hear it. Now it's starting to sound like an actual chord. Again, it's sort of too strong. So let's add a filter and noise sub. This way we can sort of dilute it a bit. Let's then add a sub, bring it down a little bit, and some noise, analog, any sort of white noise. We then need to go to the effects, and this is how the sound is really made. So if you go to chorus, you bring it up to about 90%. You then go to the low pass filter, and you can bring that up. And now that is pretty much the sound. Obviously we need some reverb. We can also use an EQ, sort of boost different frequencies that we want boosted. And yeah, that is pretty much it, guys. I've also added quite a nice attack. So if you bring this up like this, and the sound sort of fades in. Again, you could have this filter. You could add it to the macro. You could also maybe add like a dimension. So if you bring that down, and then as we bring it up, it gets more open and wider. And you can go over here, and you can obviously tweak that as the sound progresses. Great, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you found that useful. Please comment down below which video you want to see next. Happy producing.